Bill. What's going on? I have two different things of sage going on right now. It's one of those times when I feel like I just need a lot of saging. I feel like we all do, actually. All my cards are getting ashes all over them. It's so funny. I'll just rub it in. All right. So while everyone's coming in the room, I'm just going to shuffle some cards and sage them a little bit more. Ooh, cards are already popping out. Ah, I love it. Oh my gosh, I love this. I'm already pulling cards for the collective. It's amazing. How's everyone doing tonight? Cool. We have a good show tonight. I put a lot of thought into the show tonight. Well, not too much. But I did do some meditation and got some messages of what I wanted to share with you guys tonight. Cool. I'm happy about that, Bill. Well, I'm happy that everyone's here on this awesome Monday night. And what I wanted to talk about is I'm super excited because I had some opportunity to talk with my guides and talk about, what's important, what I wanted to talk to you guys about tonight. And so what I really wanted to discuss and get into before we do the weekly ZODIAC predictions or advice and then the readings, I wanted to talk about being in your authenticity and how important it is to be authentic in yourself, because I feel that with a lot of pressures, and I'm not just talking about 2020, I'm talking about years and years ago, right? All this buildup on social media, what you should be wearing, what you should be saying, what you should be hashtagging, chocolate chip cookies, whatever, Justin Timberlake, all that stuff. And it's great and all, but I do feel that there's an element of us also still that we own and are individuals, and how it is important to be standing in our own authenticity. And I just wanted to see if you guys had some times that you can think about. You don't have to chime in on the chat if you don't want to. If you want to, that's fantastic. I'll totally roll with it. But times that you felt like you weren't being your authentic self, where you felt that you were trying to be authentic, but yet at the same time, you were being blanketed, like you're a bright shining sun and you had a big blanket on you, and how that made you feel, and what decision did you do when that happened? Because we have two decisions when that happens. When we come up to obstacles and come up to things that are trying to dull our light and dull who we are, because it makes the people and circumstances feel more comfortable that we're normal and they know how to put us in a box. Did you freeze, which is very normal it happens all the time? Or did you have another path that you chose? Yes, the blanket has been left behind. And the reason why I am wearing my awesome flower rose tiara is because this is my authentic self. This is who I am. I like to shine beauty and love and light. And I really feel that it's super important to always let it out, because I want to share a story with you guys. And I know you can all relate. If anyone has ever been in a toxic environment, I'm sure we all have, right? And this toxic environment that I'm going to sketch out for you is timeless. It is meant to protect the guilty and also protect me. So I will just say it like this. I was in an office working environment where there were two particular individuals who decided that they didn't like me for whatever reason. It could have been my hair. Maybe they were jealous of my hair. They were men. I don't know. We don't know. But it has nothing to do with gender, but it's talking about how different energy levels can be intimidated by a bright, shining light. And I'm not here to toot my horn. I'm just saying, anyone who knows me, I like to be positive, and it's not a fake positive. It's a real positive. It's really just looking at things through my heart chakra and seeing the heart of the situation. And so what I noticed is these two individuals were starting to poison the well of my reputation in the company. And I couldn't do anything about it because they were my higher ups. So I had to figure out ways to navigate doling my light to make them feel comfortable. And if that isn't a biological abstract, I don't know what is, because it was so difficult to try to not be myself and do things to make them feel comfortable. And let me just back up. The reason why they felt uncomfortable was because my positive attitude, my let's get this project done, let's do this. Here's the solution. Let's not talk about the drama. What's the solution? They did not like the fact that had shown the light onto the cracks of their veneer. Okay, so they're very dark, egotistical people, and they did not like me being around because it made for whatever reason. I don't know. I can't describe. I don't know why I keep looking down. I'm looking down at this deck and I just keep like playing with it, like a slinky. But I don't know why. I can't figure out how people and egotistical people and like dark forces really can just be so intimidated by light workers. I'm a light worker. And there's no levels of light worker. It's not like alpha, beta, whatever. It's just you are or you aren't. And most people that are high vibe are. Okay, everyone that's listening to this video right now, who's in this live chat right now, is okay. And so anyway, they did everything in their power to take me down and get rid of me out of the company. And it was the worst feeling in the world because I did everything in my power to really jump through all the hoops that they wanted. I did everything that they asked, obviously within reason. If it was not in reason, I would have gone to HR. But it was never good enough. And they kept moving the target. And it was the worst thing in the world. And it was really hard because I told one of the new directors that came on board before I left, I said, hey, this is a really great company, blah, blah, blah. But here's the deal. I feel like I need to dull my light. And she's a Kundalini yoga instructor, and she was completely floored. She said, there's no reason why you should ever dull your light. I'm like, well, I'm being made to dull my light. So through all of the trials and that I went through, the universe ushered me out of that situation because I was like, oh, I'm going to do this. I can do this. Well, knowing that it was completely taking my personal life and downsizing my personal life into a little like mini me of who I really was. It really just, it literally took my solar plexus chakra and jacked it all up with like mud. And I wasn't being authentic to myself. And what I should have done is I should have just exited the situation, but I didn't do it out of fear. And fear is a huge enabler. And also ego. Ego is also good, but when it gets too excessive, can be an enabler of dulling your light or dulling other people's lights around you. And so, hey, mousy, what's going on? And so how I see it is that being authentic is really hard to do in everyday situations. Now, I just explained a very kind of a cookie cutter situation I feel like maybe a lot of people deal with in this world when it comes to being working with groups of people and things like that. And if not, God bless you. But we all have our hurdles through life and our own, natal astrological charts that are really guiding us of where our lessons are. So it was one of my lessons. And so I really sat down today and I was like, I wanted to talk about being authentic and being your authentic self and letting yourself shine. And and having the faith of knowing that you can surround yourself with people who are authentic. I have noticed probably within the last 6 to 8 months, a lot of you who are on this live right now know who you are, have really played a really great role in being a positive aspect and influence in my life. And also new friendships have developed. I literally got rid of a huge negative situation and I was able to rebuild myself and start being authentic. And that is why today I'm wearing this. I mean, listen, I've been kind of shy on the one little hair that's like in my face. Hey, Mystical Musings. Thank you. Total flower child tonight. But I love costumes. I love shining. I love being on stage. And, I sit here and I'm trying to put myself in this tiny little box of being in like this, I don't even know what it is. And I decided today, I'm like, I'm not doing it anymore. I'm tired of being in a box. I'm tired of not being authentic and not standing my ground and not being my true authentic self. And so that being said, I just wanted to say, there's a couple things to do to be in your authentic self and to stay there. And one is to stay grounded. It's always important to stay grounded. And that's like getting out in nature, honestly, just getting out in nature, laying in the grass. Even if you're in your, snowsuit and it's not snowing, but it's so cold out, which is not here in Chicago right now. It's about 75 degrees. Hello, I know, backtrack. It's 75 degrees right now in Chicago and it is November 9th. Hello. Super stoked about that. I have my windows open and it's so hot with all these studio lights right now, but I'm not complaining. But anyway, so being grounded, getting into the grass, feeling the grass. The other day I was down in Millennium Park, which is a beautiful park here in Chicago downtown. And I laid in the grass and looked at the beautiful structure above it with all the speakers and how they have they have this huge grassy area. And I was just playing with the grass and just really getting grounded and really getting into the moment. And so number two, so that's number one. Number two is freeing yourself of drama, whether it's triggered by you internally or by externally, because both are drama, right? We have a storyline that we always tell ourselves every day when things start to go bad. Oh, well, this is how it always is because this is who I am. Get rid of that storyline. It's time to rewrite the storyline and do something different. And if it's triggered from somebody else, just start drawing healthy boundaries. When people want to emotionally dump on you, draw the boundaries. When people want to suck your energy, just limit your time with them, and stand in your authentic self. Because what I'm learning, and we all have lessons and we learn lessons over and over and over again. But what I've learned and what I'm still learning and perfecting, which I'll never perfect it because I'm human, is standing in my authenticity and listening to my own inner guidance system first, as opposed to calling somebody up and asking them their opinion and then taking that and running with it as if it were my own. It's all about getting grounded, getting into the center space, and really just feeling that love, light, happiness, and the sunshine coming through and beaming through all your chakras, and really just knowing that your angels and the universe always has your back. Always, 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 always. And I love it because I haven't been testing it on purpose, but I have been testing it, and the universe is showing me over and over again, we got you, we got you, we got you. The third one is, to stay out of toxic environments, which kind of goes hand in hand with number 2 on staying away from drama. So any kind of environment that's toxic, like the one I just spoke about that I should have exited probably 6 months or a year earlier than I stayed in it, it was not healthy. And it stunted my creativity. So any kind of toxic environment, whether it's in your personal life or a social life or a work environment, find a way to visualize the outcome of what you want so the universe can get to work and maneuver the parts and let those parts fade away. And then last but not least, it's all about remembering who you are and staying in the moment and remembering that you are your own source energy. You are tapped into the universe just like everyone else is. So use that power for yourself. Tap into your own energy, your own inner guidance system, and really just feel what it's like to be at peace, knowing that you control your life and you're not looking for somebody else to tell you where to look, where to point that hunting dog, right? So I feel like a lot of people right now are looking for guidance and they're looking for somebody to follow. And I think it's really important for people to follow their own guidance first and then expand their circles and surround themselves by people who are high vibed and people who understand what the magic of the universe is and what it's like to manifest and what it's like to constantly do the homework, do the work on yourself now, because if you don't do it now, you're going to end up having to do it later at some point. So you might as well do it now. All right. So that being said, I'm going to get into the zodiac sign readings and advice for the week. And let's see, let me grab some water. How's everyone doing? Okay, so actually I do want to pull, I pulled 3 cards, actually 4 cards for the collective for everybody this week. And the first card I popped out was the protection card. I love this card. So Ganesh is telling us that we are divinely protected. And the cool thing about elephants, if you guys don't know, they obviously have the best memory in the world, but they are the remover of all obstacles. That's why Ganesha is so important in a lot of spiritual communities. And I also pulled a Be Candid, which I love this because this is what I'm doing. I'm being candid tonight. I'm being open. I'm being vulnerable. I'm using my heart chakra. I'm sharing my heart with you on a situation I went through that was, I didn't give you all the details because those are neither here or there. It all comes down to the bottom line. Negative working environment. Boom. Sayonara. But being candid also reminds me of being fun and being all about improv and having that inner child feeling again, because that's when you start to really see things transpire, all of your dreams and your wishes and your hopes transpire into your current reality. And then I have the personal transformation card, which I love this card too. This is so cool. So I was just telling you, it's all about lessons. We all have lessons and we're always constantly going through lessons. Every day, a lesson, we think we mastered it. It's going to come back in a different form just because Saturn and the universe wants to just make sure that we've learned it. So they're going to, it's not really a surprise attack. You just have to be tuned in, tapped in, and turned on, And then overall, I pulled the Taurus card, which I love this. The Taurus card, it says, the energy around you shows the abundance of nature. Didn't I just talk about nature and how important it was to get into the grass? I love it. It is rich, earthy, productive, yet relaxed and slow. Okay. So getting back into that relaxed state. So that's the message for the collective this week. I love it so much. Hey, Marley. Hey, Alicia. Woohoo. Yes. Cycles for sure. And ebbs and flows. Oh, thank you. Yeah. I'm rocking my, this awesome get up, you know? Okay, so, woo. Thank you. It's all about getting into our authentic self and being the goddess and gods that we are, okay? Let's talk about that. Okay, so last week, hey Cassandra, how are you? Last week, I don't know if anyone noticed, no one brought it to my attention, but I left 2 of the zodiac signs off of the reading completely because I went backwards and then I went forwards and I went backwards again. I don't know. But so for this week, I have decided to start with Aries and just be tried and true and go all the way through, okay? Because when I'm channeling, producing a show, and trying to stay hydrated with peppermint water, it is hard for me to always access my left brain. It's all the right brain, 100%. You brought the party? Woohoo! I love it. Yes, it's happy hour. I love it. You know, I was going to take my tarot cards and put them in a martini glass and do like a photo shoot. But when I moved, I literally got rid of all my martini glasses because the only thing I drink at home is bubbles. So anyway, okay, so Aries, let's see what's going on for my Aries this week. I love it. Whew. I cannot believe how hot it is in here. Okay, Aries, communication is key. So this is where you are right now. I feel like communication is very important to you and to everything that's going on around you, whether it's either decision-making or opportunities coming in. Speaking your truth, again, getting back into your authentic self, since that is the theme for this week. And speaking on your value, it's all about value. I mean, Aries have a hard time with value because it's all about I am, and they're like the very beginning of the zodiac. So they always feel kind of sort of insecure because they're just breaking through the soil. And the cool thing about the new moon in Gemini is for Aries, which is super important for everybody listening, is Mars goes direct. I'm so excited on November, I was going to say March, on November 14th. And we also had a new moon that day too. So new moon is always about planting new intentions. I've done new moon ceremonies before on this channel. And one thing I'd like to do is take a seeded paper that has like wildflowers in it, write my intentions, bury it in the soil, and let everything bloom. So that is what's going on for Aries. Let's see what the challenge is this week. I have a lot of decks right now, and I'm trying to figure out which ones I want to use tonight. Ooh, okay, so we'll see what the challenge is for my Aries this week. Woo! Okay, so 2 cards popped out, which I won't do 2 cards for every sign, but the Peace card, which is awesome. I was just talking about shining my solar plexus chakra as an Aries, and this is all about just like, you know, from your heart chakra or your solar plexus and your sacral chakra is just like boom, right in your face. So it's all about peace. Okay. Getting into nature, getting into this beautiful glittery space of where you feel the sun shining on your face. If you don't get in this place, communication is going to be tough for you this week, Aries. Okay. So we also have the harmony card that popped out. Again, harmony and peace, they go together like, oh my gosh, what's that song? Oh, Ebony and Harmony. Hey, there we go, right? Okay, so that's what I'm getting for the challenge this week if you want your communications to be fruitful, okay? So the overall advice for Aries this week is loyal heart. I love it. So being loyal to your own heart and also paying attention to the people around you who have your best interest in mind and you have their best interest in mind, and being reciprocal, a beneficial mutual relationship is what I'm hearing. And this is what's going to happen if you get into that peace and harmonious state when you communicate with others. You're going to express from your heart chakra. Are you writing from the heart, Aries, this week? Want to know that. Okay, that's awesome. All right, so moving on. Oh, Cassandra, cool. I got you. Okay, Bill, I got you too. And Nikki, you guys are awesome. I'm doing readings at the end. If you would like a reading, it would be great if you could donate. I'll pop the link in here. No pressure at all, honestly. I'm just loving you guys all being here for real. Okay, so so all about Taurus. Okay, so Taurus, look at the bigger picture. Okay, looking at the bigger picture is shooting your shot, okay? Don't shoot your shot on small things that are you want to conquer. Go for your big goals this week, okay? Taurus, that's what I'm getting. I'm getting that you're going towards this big, beautiful energy. And I haven't pulled your challenge card, but I have a feeling that you could get distracted by shooting your shot at things that you're going to win over anyway, right? Okay, so let's see what the challenge is for my Taurus this week. This is Taurus sun, moon, or rising. Yes, mystical musings. Self-trust cultivates the more you follow your intuition. 100%. And I know that people always say that meditation, chanting. There is a real thing about that. It is 100%. You don't have to do it like every 30 days, 30 days nonstop every day for 5 hours. It literally, you just have to get into a flow state. Like right now, I'm starting a channel, so now I'm getting in the flow state and all the creativity is coming out. Ooh, okay, so Taurus, I've never seen this card in this deck. The 9 of Hearts have popped out, so this is awesome. This is all about wishes being fulfilled, feeling emotionally happy, and knowing that all of these dreams and wishes can come true. But this is your challenge. So you have to trust the universe that by looking at the bigger picture and not getting caught up by the little tiny things, that you can actually manifest everything that you want and all of your wishes. Now, remember, you don't want to have all your gourmet meals in one day, right? So you just have to trust that when they start coming in one by one, slowly, the universe isn't going to deliver all your wishes in one day, because that's like asking the genie for, I don't know, 10,000 wishes to come true in one day. Who wants that? Life would be really boring the next day. So this is your challenge. You have to trust that the universe is taking care of you, okay? Let's see what the overall advice is for my Taurus, sun, moon, rising, or Venus, right out of the deck. Flexibility, okay? Being flexible and malleable, okay? Yes, momentum, that's right, Alicia, okay? And so being flexible, that when the universe gives you your gift, by knowing that it's coming, your heart's truest desire, it may not come in the form of an ice cream sundae. It may come in the form of a milkshake or an ice cream sandwich. But you have to know that it's what the universe is cooking up for you. It's a really good thing that what the universe is cooking up for you this week, Taurus, sun, moon, rising, okay? Venus. All right. So you have to trust the universe and look at the bigger picture. And that is the advice for my Taurus this week. Woohoo! All right. Let's see what's going on. Okay. We'll go with Geminis. Ooh, Gemini. Yes, I love it. A new start is coming, which is perfect. This is a new moon card in general, right? We have the new moon coming on Saturday in the Northern Hemisphere. This is beautiful energy. This is double power. This is like a double whammy for you, okay? This is awesome. So let's see what your challenge is so you can see what it takes to overcome it, so you can make sure that you don't block this new blessing from coming through. Woo! I have to get the card that fell on the floor, because if gravity didn't work, it wouldn't be telling me something. Okay, so 2 cards popped out for Gemini. Ooh, we have liberation. So setting yourself free from restrictions in your mind and your heart, your body and your soul that are holding you back. And this could be using substances. It could be drinking too much. It could be dulling your senses by smoking weed. It could, hopefully YouTube doesn't flag that. It could be also negative thoughts in your mind, that an old tape that you're playing in your head of how the storyline should go, and that the new beginning may not happen. So that's one of your challenges. The second challenge, because it's perfect, apprehension. So you're being apprehensive on if this is going to happen or not. You need to trust the universe and know that it's going to come true, okay? This new start is coming for you. I'm super excited. And you guys, do you remember last week when I did the reading for, was it Taurus or Gemini? Ooh, tough call. But it was like the moon rising up over the forest, but it hadn't quite reached the top of the forest. So it hadn't illuminated the forest over the trees. I feel like that's a message too. All right. So your overall advice, Gemini, this week. Woo! I'm super stoked for you. You have to come back and watch this You have to come back and watch this video and comment below. Let me know what the new start is, because it's all about serendipity. That's your overall advice. Trust in the universe and trust in synchronicities and trust in the signs that are coming to you and things that are happening, because you need to know this new beginning is your birthright to have this, to break this cycle. Okay. Oh my God. I love it. Hi, Bianca. I'm so glad you chimed in. You keep getting a new start, new beginnings. You're lucky. No, I know what you're saying. Are you saying that you're hearing that on readings? I get that. Okay. So now we will move on to my Cancers. I know we have a Cancer in the house, little crabbies. Yeah. You know what? I noticed that when I do a lot of readings too, and I'm getting readings, the same message keeps popping up, and I keep thinking, is this the only thing that's out here on YouTube? Or is this the only thing that this person keeps telling me? But it's like the more they tell it, the more I hold on to it. But the minute I let it go, the new change comes. So I would, if I were you, my advice to you, just candidly, is to stop focusing on the new beginning. Just trust that you're supposed to be right where you are to get to the next step. You're getting ready to be ready for the new start. Yeah, crabbies. Oh, Marley, I got you, girl. You're the best. Thank you. Oh, okay. So interesting. Crabs in the house. You are right now in a very meditative and contemplative state. Okay. So you're swimming around like a little Pisces fish, swimming around, trying to figure things out. This is good. You're spending time on your inner world, which you need, because you need to really get into that space to feel. Not that the Cancers need to feel any more than they already do, but to get in that space to feel that you're in control, back into your center space. That's what I'm getting already. And let's see what your challenge is with this. Since you're in this state, let's see what the challenge is that might throw you out of this state. Okay. Because we all know that meditation and contemplation, but not too much thinking. Remember, when you start overanalyzing, everyone in general, you start overanalyzing, you're overriding your meditative state when you start getting analytical. And then those are blocks. When you're analytical, blocks. It's putting up resistance. Okay, so let's see, Cancers. Ooh, attachment. So releasing attachments this week and not getting attached to certain states that you've been spending too much time in. And I'm saying mental states because meditative and contemplative. You need to, and as a crab, you innately, claw onto things. So I feel that that you need to really just detach. That's your challenge. You're either going to attach or detach. Make sure you're doing this with the right emotional state in mind, because we have so much water energy going on. So let's see what your overall advice is this week. All right, crabbies. Not crabbies. I'm not dissing on the Cancers. You guys are crabs, man. Okay. Ooh. Okay. So the overall advice is chaos and conflict. Okay. So this is what I'm getting. If you don't pay attention to detaching to things and getting out of this space where you're kind of swimming around in la la land, in the water too long, you're going to manifest more chaos and conflict. Okay. So what I need you to do is detach from this state of mind and get grounded. Okay. This is a lot of grounding energy that needs to happen. Okay. And the thing about this chaotic and conflict card, if you look at it, this card popped up last week too. It's like, it's a zebra mixed with a giraffe pattern. Showing your true colors also is what I'm hearing with the attachment and detaching. Making sure that you're aligning yourself with people who are showing their true colors, and you're not getting caught up in, oh, this sounds like a good idea, I'm just going to go with this and run. Okay. So that's what I have for my Cancers this week. Ooh. You guys, I know I keep saying it. If you knew how hot it was in my place right now, it is so hot. I'm like super hot. Okay. Like, just making sure I didn't skip anybody. Okay, Leos. Woohoo! Leo, sun, moon, rising, Venus. Yes. A new start is coming for you, Leos, this week. I love this. Being a Leo rising, I have been waiting for Mars to come out of retrograde. I am not kidding when I've tried to push things forward as an Aries and a Leo rising. I've been trying so hard to push everything forward since September, and it's just not going anywhere. A new start is coming. Woohoo! Oh, you did? That's awesome. I love it. YouTube flagged your badass. It said, do you want to put this in the chat? I'm like, hell yeah, I do. That's awesome. Oh my God, you have to tell me more about that. That's so cool. Hey, Alicia, if you ever need like a speaker, I love giving presentations. I really, 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 really do. And I'm really good at it. And I'm not just saying that, it's true. I've done a ton of teaching and presentations for groups, 100, 150. I don't know if I've done 200, but I've also sang in front of a crowd too. So in Austin, Texas with the Jayhawks. That's a different story for another day. Okay. Interesting. So Leos, back to Leos. The new start is coming. Yes, for sure. Show. Okay. Yeah, Austin's the shit. Okay, so, oh my God, YouTube's going to flag me for cussing. It's okay. I don't care. Okay, Leos. The overall challenge, similar to what I just said for, was it Gemini, is the 9 of Hearts. Your wishes are going to come true. This is really weird. You guys saw me shuffle both decks. This is almost the identical reading as Gemini's. Or was it Taurus? I don't remember. You guys tell me. It's okay. Alicia, it's fine. This is the same reading. I'll have to go back and watch it. I don't know if it was Gemini or Taurus. So let's see. We have to, you Leos, sun, moon, rising, have to trust that the wishes are going to come true and manifest, and a new start's coming, but you have to trust, okay? If the third card pops out as the same card, I'm literally going to just like, I don't know what I'm going to do. Okay, no. Yes, faith, having faith, keeping the faith. And one thing that okay, wait, I will say something in a second. Okay, so the overall advice for Leos this week is mending. Mend any kind of fences within yourself and with others around you, because you may be feeling apprehensive to have this new start. There may be some strings that you still need to tie up to move forward to the next. I'm getting like the visual of sewing a quilt. You're starting with whole new materials now. And there might be a couple of threads on the last quilt that you were working on that you just need to tie up. And forgiveness. And Alicia sent me this really cool thing on Facebook, and it was all about, if you give up hope, it's on you. If you give up hope and faith, it's on you. Because once you give that up, then you've gone to the dark side. And it's all about keeping the faith, keeping the hope. And it is your flame to hold through your life is to keep the hope and faith. I'm just going to say that. And together we rise. Exactly. Okay, so we will move on to Virgo, which I skipped last week. Sorry, but no one pointed it out. So I guess there aren't any Virgos watching my videos. Okay. All right, so Virgos. I love you too, girl. Oh, you may have noticed because I told you that. Okay. Ooh, Virgo is very cool. You're very close to achieving your goal. I love this picture because it's all about looking at the full moon through the trees, and you see the tree line. I can literally visualize, you guys, I'm going to totally like go nerdy on you. Well, I don't know, nerdy, maybe teen nerd. I don't know, tween nerd, but I can visualize like if I were on Twilight, the movie. laying in the middle of this field looking up at the moon, okay? So you're very close to you're very close to achieving your goal, Virgos, okay? So let's see what the challenge is this week, because we want to make sure we don't block the manifestation that's coming in and the gifts, but we want to make sure we reach them, okay? Virgos, sun, moon, rising, or Venus. All right, so interesting. Oh my gosh, moonlight. Okay, so this is what I'm getting for Virgos this week. It's all about paying attention to planning your new intentions on the new moon on Saturday here in the Northern Hemisphere, okay? This is very important. We have 2 moon cards popping out at you. So it's all about paying attention to the ebb and flow of your emotional cycle and releasing everything. Right now, you should be releasing. And then once we get to the new moon, then we're going to build, okay? So it's all about setting your attention. What do you really want? What is your heart's truest desire? Because if you don't clarify it and illuminate sunlight on it, you're not going to achieve it. You're going to remain in this, like, just hanging out in Twilight Land, hanging out in the forest, running around with some deer and not really having a goal in mind. So that's your challenge this week, is to get clear on your goals. Let's see what the overall advice is for Virgo, sun, moon, rising, Venus. Oh, serendipity. I love it. The cards are always in sync, always popping out together. Serendipity. Okay, so trust that even though you're in this kind of space, Virgos, of hanging out here in the moonlight, getting caught up in emotions, trust that there's some serendipitous events happening that are going to lead you on the right path. The right doors are going to open, and it's all about going to be that the potential of getting travel and romance and just potential of new endeavors. Okay, there's going to be new serendipitous opportunities with this. The moonlight is illuminating this, but you need to bring it out into the sunlight. And interesting, because this card it looks like twilight. Oh my gosh, you guys, it looks like twilight before sunset and sunrise. The beautiful colors of the sunset and the sunrise, the pinks and the sherbet oranges and the pretty soft pastel yellows. So bringing it out into the light. So bring your intentions out into the light and set your intentions on the new moon on Saturday. Woohoo! That's right, Alicia. Yeah, for sure. Let's link up on a project. I'm 100% there. 100%. Actually, one of my degrees is public relations and organizational communication and mass communication. So, oh, that's so cool. I'm glad that you love the reading. Good. I love that. I love hearing the feedback. Okay, so Libras. I don't know. I had to think about that. Probably because I skipped Virgo and Libra last time. All right, Libras, sun, moon, rising, or Venus. Do we have any Libras in the house? Drop an emoji in the chat if you are. And if you're watching and you haven't chimed in the chat, come and say hello. All right, so Libras, interesting. We have the South Node. Don't let the past hold you back, okay? So this is interesting. So typically when you read a chart, yes, rising for both you guys. I'm glad that you reminded me again, Bill. Now I remember, or now I recall, if you will. So when you go towards the South Node, in your chart, if you start looking at your astrological chart, your natal chart, people think that you're supposed to go toward your North Node. You're actually supposed to go toward your South Node because that's where your fated path is, and that's where you're meant to lead your life. And this is why this card at the South Node says, do not let the past hold you back, okay? It's all about doing the thing that people might be like, what is that person doing? And then all of a sudden it works out for you because that's where your path is, okay? It's easy to get stuck in routines and things that make us feel comfortable. And if we can use 2020 to any great advantage, 100%, this is the year to do it, to change your path, okay? Change those patterns. Ew, I'm an Aries. I don't like patterns. Okay. So your overall challenge is intuitive communication. This is listening to your own inner guidance and the guidance and the whisper of the wind in the trees and listening to what nature has to tell you. So I really feel that you've been guided down a beautiful path. You have a path opening up. I'm getting like this beautiful vision of all these like a weeping willow and weeping willows with some beautiful sunlight behind them. And then the wind blows and just kind of like opens up this path for you to walk into the sun. And I really feel that you need to follow your intuition. That's your challenge this week because you are letting the past hold you back and you're maybe not trusting your intuition 100%. I feel like you need to trust your intuition and follow its guidance because this says, oh, silent whispers of the heart. Okay. That's so beautiful. So that's your challenge, is listening to your intuitive communication this week. Libras, let's see what your overall advice is. And we have the card To Be Fair. To be fair, your past is pretty awesome, right? But at the same time, it's time to move forward. And I feel like she has two scales. She has, I don't know if you guys can see, there's a fortune cookie on one of them and there's something like an egg on the other one. I don't know. They're balancing each other out. And it's balancing the yin and yang of your past and forgiving your past and also appreciating your past. Don't forget it because it's who you are today. And so by listening to this intuition, your intuitive intuition and the whisper of the wind, like the wind in the willows with that children's book, I really feel that it's okay to bless your past and say, okay, that was fair, but I'm moving on to the new chapter. I'm not going to let this hold me back anymore. I'm going to move on to something new and different and better for me to keep growing. You know, it's like transplanting a plant. You've outgrown the pot you're in, and now you need a bigger pot to transplant your roots so they can grow. Okay? All right, Libras. Woo! Okay. Scorpio. I had to think about that. I don't know why I'm having a hard time remembering. Maybe it's my flowers are too tight on my head. Okay, Scorpios. Ooh, perfect. Scorpios. Expect a powerful change. This is awesome. This is a new moon eclipse. So with this new moon on Saturday coming in, you are this is, I don't know who had the new, well, there's a couple of signs that had the new moon in general, Leos and Gemini or Taurus, but you, Scorpio, yours is fivefold. This is like, it's like very extreme new change coming in. Okay. A very new powerful change coming in for you this week. And I love it. Right underneath it, and I wouldn't pull it, but it's staring at me, it says, believe in the impossible. And a blue moon. We just had a blue moon, okay, over Halloween in the Northern Hemisphere. Okay, so this is Scorpio season. This is like, Scorpios need to listen loud and clear. And I know who you are in the chat, okay? All right, let's see what the challenge is because all this new change is coming in. Ooh. Okay, the challenge this week for you, Scorpio, is eternal love. Trusting the inner guidance of your solar system and your light that you shine out into the world, and trusting that true love actually exists, that it transcends space and time. And it's outside of like motherly and fatherly love. It's more of a true romantic endeavor, and also with your soul. It's like loving with your soul. It's also like Kundalini lovemaking. And I'm trying to be PC here on YouTube, but go look it up. It's actually 100%. I really feel that this even has like the Kundalini, waves in it, which is like all about intertwining. Oh my God, it's awesome. This is so cool. So what the challenge is with this card, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, is I feel that you need to trust and step into this new spiritual path. It's not really a path. You're already on it. It's just like taking it up in the next level, like understanding what real eternal love is and how it transcends space and time and different dimensions and different realities. And I love this because it's so powerful. This is really powerful for Scorpios. I'm actually kind of envious whoever has strong Scorpio placements. So the overall advice this week for my Scorpios, that being said, if you follow the advice, yes, blessed, whatever you want to call it, this is yours. It's all in divine love, light, and security and protected. It's beautiful. Look at the colors on this card. It's so pretty with the peaches and the lavenders and all of the stars. And she's just like sitting there with her hands together in a very Kundalini yoga way, actually, or just in yoga in general or meditation, whatever. But she's there in the vortex. So this is the overall advice for you if you take that next step of understanding and just educating yourself a little bit more on eternal love. Woo! Scorpios! Okay. Now we'll move on to my Sagittarius. We have any Saggies in the house tonight? Woohoo! You guys are kind of quiet in the chat. What's up? Are you looking at my flowers? Are they so mesmerizing? Okay, so Sagittarius. Prosperity lies ahead. This is awesome. Another new moon card. So the new moon is very powerful for a lot of people this week. And I really feel like Sagittarius, it's all about knowing that you have this grounding, this foundation of all this beautiful material things that you want to manifest and experience, and beautiful food and experiences in your life. And knowing that this is yours here right now. But I feel like you're doubting yourself. Oh, cool. Yeah, soak it in. Soak it in. It's all good. Oh, you're on that one. I didn't even get to see what that message said. Okay, so for 6-minute timeout. Okay, so Sagittarius. Okay, so your advice or your challenge this week is Zen Garden. Okay, so getting back in the space, getting back into your internal guidance system and grounding yourself, because this is, I feel like you feel that prosperity isn't going to happen for you and it's not going to come in fast enough, but it is going to come into your reality. You just need to be in a Zen state and be accepting where you are right here, right now. And the key word is accepting, okay? It's all about accepting. That is, if you want to know the key to the law of attraction and manifesting, the key thing is to put your order out there and then accept where you are. Don't overthink it. Just let it go. All right, Sagittarius. Pretty cut and dry to the point for you, but your overall advice this week is co-create, okay? So this is where you're going to find prosperity. So get into the Zen garden, get in some meditation, and think about who pops into your mind, who's coming into your dreams, who's coming into your thoughts that you need to reach out for. They might have a project for you that you can co-create something beautiful and wonderful together, okay? And also co-creating with the universe. When the universe provides an opportunity for you to step into a new project, or even if it's just like coloring or doing focus wheels by Abraham Hicks or anything like that, that is really going to benefit you this week, because it's going to put you in that zone, in the vortex of being ready to be ready to be ready. And if you don't know what that means, it's like you just have to go. I love Abraham Hicks. She's super awesome. You can YouTube any of her videos. I prefer the ones with ads free. And, but yeah, just getting ready to be ready to be ready. Okay. All right. So we have Capricorn. Cappy. Oh, cool. Thank you. I'm glad you guys are all taking it in. Okay, Capricorn, it says a personal resolution, our issue reaches resolution, which is perfect. Okay. So everything that you've been feeling that's been building, this is a full moon in Scorpio. Interesting. We're in Scorpio season, right? But everything you've been feeling that's been building, like it's just getting ready to burst open. It's going to be exposed by the light of the silvery moon. Did you guys see my post on Instagram? And I really feel that it's going to illuminate a lot of new ways to look at anything that you've been going through right now, any personal issue that's been bothering you and just like nagging at you, keeping you up at night, or you wake up and you're in this really cool meditative state and you think about it and it just snaps you right back into reality. It's going to resolve itself this week, okay? Let's see what the challenge is, how we can figure out how this is going to resolve itself or fend it off so it will resolve itself. Your challenge is Night Wind, facing fear, subconscious release, and healing, okay? So this is all internal. So I really feel that this issue, either it's personal, the cards say personal, but you can take it and use it however you want in your life. It's real romantic, whatever, but it's all about facing your own inner fears. Think about it like this, Capricorn. When you get into a relationship, it's all fun and blah, blah, blah. And then the fear starts to set in. Well, what if this person leaves me? What if they abandon me? It's like whatever, all these like natural fears that humans have. I feel like this is where you are right now. And this could also be maybe just some issues at work or in a family unit. And I really feel that in order for this to overcome this challenge is to face your own internal fears. And I'd recommend doing some journaling, and I'd recommend on what you're grateful for. If you have to think about like what you're grateful for, then you're not grateful for it. Some things you can do, Capricorn, is lay in bed and be like, I love my pillows. I love my sheets. Like they're so soft, they're beautiful, they're hugging me. Little things like that is just expressing gratitude. That fends off, it starts fending off fear, the more you get into a healing space and you get more into that space of not letting fear control your thoughts, not letting your thoughts control you, but you take your emotional well-being and let that be your authentic self and shine out. Okay. It's going to burn off all the negativity. So that's the challenge this week. So let's see what your overall advice is, Capricorn. Woo! Okay. Mending. We have the mending card as well. So I feel like there's some internal mending that you need to be doing. Obviously, it's mending the fence of fear and courage. Okay. So I really feel like it's very important for you to balance your chakras, get into that sacral chakra and your solar plexus chakra. And also it wouldn't hurt for you to do some root chakra balancing. And also I'm thinking throat chakra by singing, getting that confidence back up. If you go sing in the shower, sing in the car, sing in front of your friends, make up raps and rhymes like I like to do. That's what I like to do. It totally jives me up and gets me into that feeling of positivity and that elated feeling of feeling kind of like that runner's high. I feel like that's what's going to help you mend this bridge of fear within yourself this week. Okay, Capricorn, I feel like for you, I'm going to pull one more card. I'm going to pull a Ganesha card because I feel like you need a little bit extra support this week. Generosity. So yes, be generous with yourself. Okay, be generous and be gentle on yourself too. It's okay to have these fears. You know what you should do? Whenever I started doing this last week, I don't know if I told you guys this last week. No, I didn't. But I was starting to feel upset about something. And I was like, I stopped and said, this is my inner child trying to talk to me. And I said, okay, inner child, Kirsa at age 3 or 5 or 10, what are you trying to tell me? And I had this conversation with my inner child, and it was like, I'm scared. I'm like, well, why are you scared? And I had this conversation, and it was all about internal fears, self-beliefs, and not having, like, I don't know, it has something to do with a self-worth issue or just feeling scared, feeling like not nurtured. And so I did a visual hug to my younger self and said, it's going to be okay. And as soon as I did that, I felt the feeling wash away. It was like in meditation, it just washes away. It was the coolest thing. And that's what I started doing. So I feel that be gentle on yourself this week, Capricorn. And if these feelings are coming up, ask your inner child, what is this? What is it? And then nurture it. Because that's what all children want, is they want to be nurtured. They want to have fun. They want to be creative. And they want to express themselves, you know? Pretty simple, right? That's why it's important to always take care of your inner child. Oh, that's so cool, Mousy. I love that. Yeah, full moon, Cappy baby. That's right, mystical musings. All right. We have Aquarius coming in. Aquarius, sun, moon, rising. Hey, Mousy, do you know your rising or your moon sign? Well, you said you're Leo, so that's good. Ooh, okay, Aquarius. Time to take a breath out, okay? Disseminating moon. It's all about releasing, exhaling. When you're with the universe, you're inhaling, you're exhaling, you're giving, you're receiving, you're giving, you're receiving. It's time for you to give out gratitude to the universe this week, okay? Take a deep breath out, sit in meditation, really just get in it and do some breath work, okay? Hey, Melissa, what's going on? How are you? Woo! Okay, so your challenge this week, Aquarius, sun, moon, rising, Venus, is apprehension. Again, okay, when you're apprehensive, you tend to hold your breath, right? It's time for you to release your breath and let things drift away. I really feel this is like very meditative, and a lot of people feel like meditation. If you're into it, you're into it. If you're not, let me help you get into it by breaking it down for you. Don't be apprehensive, okay? Don't tense up. When you tense up, when you're stressed, you hold your breath. So you've got to just release it, okay? So that's your challenge this week. If you don't take this time out, you're literally going to stress yourself out. This card is all about stress, and it says moving out into the world and you have doubt and fear, okay? That all is very stressful, makes you hold your breath. So you need to take a time out and release. Oh, Melissa, thank you. I'm like totally sporting my hippie vibe. One of them. I have a lot of vibes. Oh, good. Mousy, Aquarius moon. Okay, great. Okay, so this is all about you. Okay, so Aquarius, sun, moon, rising, or Venus, your overall advice this week is a change is in the wind. Perfect. Okay. So first, let's talk about this zebra. This zebra is an alpha zebra, I can tell, because it's carrying the weight of the world on his back, okay? Alpha zebras, or AKA male zebras, they protect the female herd and all of the young. So they're always in the periphery. They don't mingle within, okay? They are out there getting the fresh breath, the air. They're out there protecting. So I feel that you may be a little apprehensive to let your guides take care of you this week, and know that they're surrounding you and your inner world, so you can take this time out, okay? That is exactly what I'm hearing, okay? I feel that it's time for you to trust your guides, really work with your guides and your angels this week, okay? And also get into nature. If you have an opportunity to go see some zebras, do it, okay? It's going to serve you. It's just going to make you feel good. And remind yourself when you see zebras or a zebra pattern that your angels and your guides are protecting you. So know that you are safe to take this time out and let go of all this fear. It's time to get rid of it. Woohoo! All right. Woohoo! Last but not least, we have Pisces, and then we'll go into the readings. Whoop, whoop. All right, Pisces, sun, moon, rising, or Venus. Do we have any in the house? All right, Pisces, don't let pride get in your way. That's right, Marley. Yeah, okay. Yes, Cassandra, that's awesome. I love it. I'm so glad you guys are still here. I know I'm still doing readings for you, but You know, you guys are definitely soaking it in all tonight. That's so cool, though. I mean, we are in Scorpio season. It's all deep, 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 deep water. The deeper the water, the shinier the object. Okay. So Pisces, don't let pride get in your way. So you may be feeling a little over the top right now of something that's going on in your life. And you may feel that, you know, it's okay to step in Leo energy. I get it. Okay. It's okay. But just make sure that you're not putting up resistance to doors that are trying to open themselves because you're feeling like you're in a really good spot. Ooh, okay. So the challenge this week is Ocean of Eternal Love. So healing, creativity, fertility. So this is awesome. Interestingly enough, this is a very water-oriented card. You have the moon. This is literally a very Scorpio card. It's like at the bottom of the ocean, this beautiful light shining from the bottom of the ocean. Did I not just say that, you guys? Oh my gosh. And so you have all of this fire energy with this full moon blazing at you, right? But there's a full moon here too. So right now I'm getting, it's time for you to balance these two yin and yang, the fire and also the water, because this is very Scorpio, very Leo. So you have like two like polar, very strong water personality and fire personality. So the challenge is keeping everything in balance this week, because in order to keep things in balance, you're going to continue feeling that healing energy of the full moon and the release of whatever this is. If this is love or creativity, I don't know why I say creativity, but it means something to somebody, but I was going to say career. And I really feel that it's all about what you want to manifest, the seeds that you're planting. So when you're planting seeds, side note, as a gardener, when you're planting seeds, if you are planting seeds and you're not providing enough water and the sun is blazing down on the dirt, it's going to kill the seed. All right. So in this card, you have the seed that's surrounded by all the water, but here's the deal. If it's overwatered, you're going to oversaturate it. Do you see where I'm saying? It's all about Pisces this week. It's all about balancing the yin and the yang. Okay. So your overall advice this week. Oh, thank you, Melissa. Your 12th house sun Aries, right? So your overall advice this week is community. I love this. So it's time for you to get out of your head. And oh my gosh, you guys, I was at the zoo today and there was the giraffes. There was 3 of them and they were coming up to the fence and I was waving to them. And by the way, giraffes have they stand like 18 feet tall and their tongues are 19 inches long. And this giraffe was wrapping it around the fence, trying to like get the grass on the other side. It was so adorable. And anyway, so community, get out of your head. That's what I'm saying is when I go to the zoo, I get out of my head. I'm there with the animals. I am not thinking about my day-to-day woos and woes and whatever. When I'm not in my meditative state, because I have to deal with reality. So I feel like in order for you to balance these energies is to get out of your head, get out of your world. And that's your overall advice this week. Okay. That's what I have for you. Yes. Melissa, I'm sorry I missed your live yesterday. I will stop by next Monday or Sunday for sure. For sure. I'm glad you stopped by. Good to see you, girl. Giraffes are the Gene Simmons of the animal kingdom. Yeah, totally. Oh my God, it took a minute for me to get that. I'm like, okay, it made sense. That's awesome. Yeah. No, they're totally, I love giraffes. It was super cool. And one of them, when it was bending, it was like eating the grass on the ground. It literally did the thing where it took the legs and went out like this. It was, oh my God, it was so adorable. Okay, so, all right. So I'm just going to write down my readings so I can make sure we get everybody. So Bill, Nikki, Cassandra, and Marley. Cool. Woo! Okay. How are you guys doing? I feel like I just need to take an energy break for a second. I'm like, oh my God, I feel like the energy is like blah, just flowing through me. Let me see what decks I want to do the readings for today. Ooh. I do have my On Your Blessing. I do have my my magic sexual tarot deck. If you guys want me to use that, just chime in and you give me permission. And if not, that's fine. Save it for a personal reading. Okay. So let me just mix up the cards. Bill, you're such a kind gentleman. And then let me see if you guys wrote, if you wanted general or what. Okay. Cassandra, I got you for love reading. Good, Marley. You're such a good sport. Okay, so Cassandra's first. Well, wait. I will see if Cassandra, chime in and let me know if you want me to pull some magic sexual tarot cards for you. I'll start with Marley first, since she already gave me the blessing, because I don't want to just like start. This is my first time doing this all live. No, thanks. I get it. Not everyone wants it. Okay. All right, Marley. So this is 18 up and plus. Actually, this is high vibe up only. But if people are chiming in right now, you're 18. It's time for you to pop off. Don't worry. I'm not going to get too in depth. I'm just the pictures. Okay. So Marley, I love you so much. Okay, so right now, Marley, I really feel that, I don't know. I hope that it's okay that YouTube's letting me do this. I have the Knight of Swords. So the Knight of Swords is he's the knight that there's no grass growing underneath his feet. It's like communication coming in and out. It's all about like, he's kind of like the player of the deck outside of the Knight of Wands, right? He comes in and then he's gone as fast as he's in and out. Okay. So I feel like there's some energy around you right now that's like happening where you're really feeling like there's not a lot of grounding in the communication or the messages that are coming through, or someone who is in your life. And let's see what your challenge is. I'll pull other cards than this. Okay, so your challenge is interesting, the Knight of Cups. So I really feel like there is a love offer coming in for you. But I feel like, see how this girl's like sitting there going, oh, I don't really know if I want it. That's in this deck, okay? So there might be an offer being offered to you and you're not sure that you want it. He's like sitting there in the background going, hey, listen, I want to give you this love offer because the Knight of Chalices is all about emotions. It's all about love and it's all about passion. And so I feel like maybe someone or something has come into your life where you feel that you can't really trust like the information that's coming in. But I feel like the challenges this week is this situation wants to offer you this love, okay? It wants to offer you this passion and this invite, okay? It could be an invitation to go out with somebody new. I don't know. It's accurate. Hilarious. This is me stepping out of my comfort zone. Okay. See, okay. Let's see what the overall advice is for you. Ooh, okay. Okay. The overall advice is the Ten of Wands. Bill, yeah, I'll give you guys the normal decks for sure. I just knew Marley would do it. She's like the Aquarius of the group. You know what I mean? Just like out there, willing to try anything. So the Ten of Wands is the overall like union of a man and a woman. It's very passionate. So I really feel that if you give this person a chance, since you already kind of chimed in and told me it was a person, that you're going to get the end result that you want. Okay. So I will pull it. I feel like I'm blushing. Oh my gosh. Get it together, Kirsten Brenner. Get it together. Okay. So let's see what, let's go back to the PG angel cards and see what they have to say to emphasize that. Okay. So yeah. So I feel like the Three of Cups is telling me that there might be, you actually have two different options is what I'm getting from the two cards with the two different knights and then also the end result. I feel like you have two different options. So you need to go with the one that is emotionally filling your cup and who is going to give you an offer of love and not just an offer for like an in and out really fast. I know they're not that bad, but I didn't go into all the meanings of them because I don't know how much I can get away with YouTube on that. You know what? I can. I just have to put a disclaimer of like 18 and up. But yeah, I feel like you have a couple different options, and I feel like you can get what you want, and I feel like you can get the end result that you're looking for, but you need to go towards the door that is actually going to provide the emotional fulfillment that you want. And I think that's the Pisces in you, you know, wanting to have that emotional love cup fulfilled, to feel safe, to feel like you can go roam around and do what you want and swim in the emotion and get into it. So let's see what Ganesh has to say about that. So whatever direction you decide to choose, it's going to be this situation is going to provide a lot of generosity and love for you. Okay. It's really going to move you forward into a place where you're feeling like there's a lot of give and take. So that's why I'm saying it's important to make sure to recognize, and this goes for anybody who's listening into this chat or who's listening to this right now. Anytime that you have information coming in super fast, it's going to leave it just as fast. You can't trust it. It's not to be trusted. Okay, you need to, anything that has emotion attached to it, it's a little bit more trustworthy, but always ease into the process of like getting into that emotional state and building that emotional bond with somebody, because you want to make sure that you're not putting your heart on the line for nothing. Okay, I'll pull one more card for you in general to see if there's any more messages coming for you. Oh, mystical musings. Use the sex cards for the collective rating. I can do that. It is Scorpio season, you know. I'm going to do that. Hundo Pacento. Okay, we have the overall as the prayer. So this is all about you owning your worth and owning, like, it's so hard to see the images in this card with the lighting, but it's all about you standing in your power. Like, you know, you're an alchemist right now. You've been praying for this experience to come into your life, and it's going to happen. And you are standing in your power. So what the cards are telling me, what the angels are saying, it's all about knowing that your guides have your best interest in mind. And it's okay to go out there and have fun, but when it comes down to your heart, be a little bit more protecting of it, because, and your emotions are tied to your heart, obviously. So that's why I'm saying with the Knight of Chalices, aka Knight of Cups, coming in and giving you that offer, I really feel that you need to make sure that you're just, you know, just keeping yourself into a sacred space and being selective on who you're letting into your sacred space. That's what I'm getting. Whew. Okay. You're welcome, Marley. Oh my gosh, you have to tell me. You have to tell me what happens with all of that energy. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay. All right. Cassandra. Cool. I got you, girl. Don't worry. We're going to do straight up reading for you. And let's see. We'll do the mermaid cards. Okay. All right. So what is Cassandra is going on in her love life right now? Interesting. How funny. You can't fight the moonlight. Divine sensuality. See, the cards wanted to come out and pop out to you anyway. This says making love and erotica. Scorpio season, baby. Woohoo! Ain't no party like a Scorpio party. Okay, so this obviously I brought these cards out for a reason, okay? But this is where you are right now. So this could also be self-love. It could be getting into that sexy vibe of taking care of yourself, pruning yourself and getting manicures and like taking care of your hair, anything like that. You know, it's all about really just chiming into that and getting into that feeling, okay? Whatever it's going to take to get you in that feeling. So that's where you are right now. Let's see what your challenge is. Now I feel like an alchemist. I'm like, which deck do I want to use for you? Oh, hold on. I'll use my romance angel cards. They're a little bit more PG. Oh, I don't remember. Cassandra, do you remember that, what Marley just said? Okay. Never got delivered. See, sensuality wants to surround you, okay? Okay. You got a good memory, Marley. I love that, Cassandra. That's awesome. Ooh, interesting. So the card that popped up is unrequited love. Now, what I'm getting, there's a couple different scenarios that could happen here. I feel that if the package wasn't delivered to you last week, it could be that maybe you're hung up on something and somebody in the past, or maybe the person that you were talking to was contacted by somebody from their past, and there's some unrequited love, unresolved issues going on, not issues, but unresolved feelings, because Mercury just went direct last week. But usually Mercury retrogrades is when people come back from the past. Like you can almost always guarantee one person coming back. And I'm not just saying like lovers, I'm just saying friends or someone contacting you from an old job you used to work at, 4 or 5 years ago or 4 or 5 months ago that you haven't heard from, always coming back. Okay. So I feel like that's the challenge. It's whatever that is, it's standing in the way. So I'm going to pull another romance angel card just to emphasize what the challenge is, because I want to make sure what this is before we get your overall advice on like how to handle this. Right. So, and it could be internal, but since I'm reading for you, it could be you. Okay. So there's a soulmate here involved. Okay. So perhaps, I don't know. I mean, couple things I think of when I think of soulmate and when I'm dating is I kind of think, well, I'm dating this person, but I really don't see them as a soulmate. So why am I going to move forward with it? Right. And then I don't. So that could be an element here that with the unrequited love, either on your side or their side. Okay. But obviously this is what wants to happen. Okay. So I feel that, that could be an indicator, because I'm not trying to put myself into your reading. I'm just giving you an example because it's easier to explain it first person rather than third person. But I also feel that maybe you have met a soulmate type person, and it could be bringing up feelings of a past love that you used to have that no longer serves you and gives you this divine sensuality and this erotica that you feel, but it might be reminding you of it. Does that make sense? It might be just like triggering a little bit. So let me get some overall advice to see what this is, or any more messages. Woo! Okay, cool. So we have 2 cards that popped out. We have the solutions card. Success comes from the object of compromise. So I feel like balancing the feelings of your past and your future is compromise, right? The expectations of what you want your future to be, like, oh, I want to be with my soulmate, but I also have have the feelings from the person in the past, and compromising and just balancing those feelings out. Okay. Because I also have the 2 of Gabriel, and I love this card. This card is saying make bold decisions, move forward. It's time to make a decision. So if I feel like with unrequited love, to me, it always feels like stuck energy. So I feel that I'm dropping cards. I feel that when you have stuck energy, with unrequited love, it's time to make a decision to move forward. Okay. So whatever this is, I feel like it's time to move forward. It's time to step onto the path that you want and bring in and surround yourself with the people that are going to give you this beautiful, deep sense of erotica and lovemaking. When it comes to your heart, make sure you're aligning yourself with somebody who's going to also hold your heart. Okay. And not be emotionally distant. Let me know if that makes sense. I'm going to pull a card from Ganesha, see what messages, and then Yep, you have divine support. So the universe is pointing you in the direction of who you should be with, and what you should do with this situation. Okay, you know in your heart exactly what you need to do to move forward. And let's see. And we have the mask. Okay. So the additional message to your reading is the mask. It's taking your mask off and letting your true colors shine through. Okay. Let this beauty come out from behind this dark moon, this new moon. New moons are dark innately, right? So be your authentic self. And if this is what you really want, go get it. Just make sure you're doing it in the right space of mind that you're creating all good karma with you and the other person. Okay. Woo. I hope that makes sense. That was like kind of deep. Cool. All right. All right, cool. Now that everything's Scorpio themed, I'm going to try my hardest, but I'm using PG-13 cards for you, Nikki. I mean, they're all pretty much PG-13, but that mermaid card. Okay. So let's see. You both want a general, so I'll do general for you. Okay. We'll do angel cards. Keep it safe. If the angels let us keep it safe. Okay. So, okay, cool. So this is the Serena card. Okay. This is beautiful energy. This is all about your crown chakra. It's all about pulling in the beautiful energy of the divine into your chakras. And it says, I am the angel of abundance. You will receive the money that you need, and the changes will happen the way it's meant to happen. Have faith. So if you've been working on a new project, or something that you've been trying to manifest, funds for a new home improvement, or a vacation, or a surprise getaway, or something like that, you're going to have the opportunity that's going to provide those funds for you to come in to do that. It's going to be outside of your regular income, is what I'm hearing. And so the only reason I'm pulling another card with that, because it came out at the same time, is the Bethany card. So it says, when you take excellent care of yourself, and everyone benefits. So give yourself a relaxing treatment today, such as massage, salt bath, or pedicure, not a procedure. So what I'm hearing is, this may not be a project that you're working on. I think you need to take some personal time to go do a spa day and really indulge in yourself and really pamper yourself and get back into that feeling of being pampered, like with grapes and the grape leaves and the champagne sitting there in the sun, being fanned. And Marley, and I really feel that that's going to benefit you where you are right now. Okay, so let's see what other cards have to say about that, like with the challenges, because maybe it's blocking something that you're not nurturing yourself. Hold on. Let me flip the cards over. Okay. So telepathy. Okay, this is cool. So because here's why this is important. You are a mirror in what you put out into the universe, and you're getting back what you're mirroring. So if you're not taking care of yourself internally, you're going to attract situations this week that they're not putting themselves first and maybe overextending themselves, or projects not being able to give you what it can, because you're getting what you're putting out there. Does that make sense? So I really feel that it's time for you to really step into your inner power. And the cool thing about this card says nonverbal communication, energetic pulses, and mind reading. Okay. So this is all about you literally, like, I'm just seeing like a beautiful visual of a skull, very metaphysical looking, with like all this beautiful energy going out in every different direction and touching everything with like sparkles and stars. I know that sounds really like out there, but I'll send you a picture of what I have in my head. And I really feel like this is actually you opening up to the next level of spirituality. And it's kind of like how a flower blooms, like a peony flower, how they have so many beautiful flowers and they just like each petal just opens up like this. I feel like that's what's happening to you right now. So I feel like this could be happening at a rapid rate, or the opposite. It could be happening not fast enough for you. So this is why you need to get grounded and get into pampering yourself and get into that energy again, because I'm hearing that what I was saying earlier is, in order to be authentic and be in your true self, you have to take care of yourself. You have to do things for yourself. Let's see if there's any more messages coming through, because it seems kind of vanilla compared to like the last reading. So I just want to make sure. But the cool thing is the co-creation card popped out. So the universe is providing you're literally sending out signals into the universe that are pulling in opportunities for you to co-create and bring these new opportunities in, that are also giving you comfort too. So this is not even though this reading started in one direction, it kind of went full circle. So it's all about what you're putting out there, because you're pulling it back in. You're pulling all this beautiful energy in to co-create these new patterns and experiences that make you feel like the beautiful, loving soul that you are, beaming out into the world, your beautiful light. It's enhancing this. These situations are enhancing all of this coming in. And so that's why I said self-care, but it's going to innately bring back the self-care. And it's all about telepathy. And I would not be surprised if you could read people's minds this week. It's funny because when I can read people's minds, and when I see, like, my throat chakra is like, because when I read people's minds, and then I call people out on it, they're like, that's not what I was thinking. And I'm like, yes, you were. I was getting a message, right? And so I would not be surprised if you have some of those moments this week where you're like, wait a minute, I know what you're thinking. But the thing is we are all humans. We all articulate in different ways. So that you may say something to somebody, oh, you were thinking about the lotto numbers, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, no, I wasn't. I was thinking about actually these numbers, but they're still numbers, right? We're still on the same path. It's how we articulate and put and verbalize things out into the world. Wow. Okay, so let me see. You want her reading? Okay. Ooh, okay. I love this card. So 2 cards popped out, but this one popped out first. Okay. I literally had a dream about a river last night. And it's so cool because I was staring at it, and what the message was is going with the flow. Go with the flow with the universe. Don't put up any resistance. It's all about literally just being on the path, going down the river, okay? And because that's when you're going to really, really, really manifest these beautiful gifts. You have so many spiritual gifts right now that are just showing themselves to you this week. And whether you were aware of them or not, they are highlighting themselves 100%. So the river is all about going with the flow and going downstream. Don't ever put resistance up. In fact, if you have telepathy this week, I wouldn't even ask for confirmation from the other people around you. I would just know that you got the message, and then ask your angels to give you a sign of confirmation, and they will, if you're thinking the right thing or not. Because Everyone uses their logical minds, especially when we're communicating verbally, right? We're using our logical minds. So, and the cool thing is the other card that popped out was the mountain card. And I love this card. So you have this mountain. It's like full of all this snow. But look, in the middle of the mountain, there's a person standing in there with beautiful, warm energy, okay? And perfect shelter with no doubt that they are sheltered and protected by their guides. Again, any messages you get this week, don't ask for confirmation except from your guides. Only from your guides, okay? That's what I have for you this week, Nikki. Woo! Okay, Bill. Woo! I actually have backup water because I knew I was going to run out of water. Okay. Oh, you know what? I forgot that I have my pendulum here tonight for yes or no questions. Okay. Oh, that's awesome, Marley. Okay. Bill. All right, let's see. What's going on for you? We use a deck I haven't used tonight. Haven't used yet. Okay. All right. So this is a very advanced tarot card. Okay. So what this is the Wheel of Fortune, which is perfect. Okay. You have this lion-esque person spinning the Wheel of Fortune. And you have the yin and the yang. You have the reptile and the pharaoh, the yin and yang. Okay. Whatever is going on right now, things are spinning in your favor, which is awesome because the other side of this card is all dark and not in your favor. Okay. So right now the sun is illuminating what you're going through right now and the Wheel of Fortune is spinning. So I feel like there's a project or there's something going on that's like literally in motion, but you're not sure. Like sometimes you feel good about it and sometimes you're like, oh, I don't know if it's going to work. Highs, lows, highs, lows. Right now it's spinning in your favor. So I feel like you're at a high point right now, which is good. And let's see what the cards have to say about that, what the challenge would be. There is a buildup for what? I should have looked earlier. I didn't know where you're referencing that. Okay, interesting. So we have the Tree of Life, which is fertility, creativity, and look at all the beautiful symbols on the tree. You have peace sign, you have the eternal sign, you have the star, you have a heart, you have a cross, you have everything. So this is really cool because you're getting this with the Wheel of Fortune. You're building a strong foundation of something amazing, okay? You literally have all the components, you've planted the seeds, and what I'm hearing is they may not be growing as fast as you want, or sometimes you look over and you're like, oh my gosh, it's grown so much, and it freaks you out, okay? So it's literally all about perception right now. I feel that you have this beautiful, solid foundation, and with the ups and downs with the yin and yang of the Wheel of Fortune, right now you're feeling really good about it. But I feel like sometimes you look at it's kind of like when you get a puppy or your neighbor gets a puppy and you're like, oh, it's so cute. And then you see it and it's only been a couple of weeks and it's grown like half the size. And you're like, what happened? Oh my God, your dog's getting so big, right? That's what I feel like what's happening. Whatever this project is or whatever's going on in your life, this feels super amazing. I love this for you. That is so cool. Let me get some more messages. Okay. Woo. Okay. So we have the mirror, self-examination. Okay. Also reflection. I feel like, okay. So I feel with the yin or with the Wheel of Fortune card and the yin and yang, you reflect. And when you come out of reflection, things have been growing without any effort, which is the best way for anything to grow is without effort. The tree just knows what to do. The tree just knows, okay, I'm going to grow. I'm going to do this. So I feel like you go internally and then you look out externally and you're like, what just happened? But this is beautiful energy. This is so awesome. So honor these cycles. The same thing with the Wheel of Fortune. It's all about cycles. Everything's cyclical. Honor these cycles that where you go in and you need to go do some self-reflection and you come back out into the world, because when you do that, you come back out stronger. You come out with more knowledge. You come out with more confidence, okay? And it's also replenishing your soul, and it's like recharging your batteries too with the mirror card. And also, I mean, you know this too. I just said it for Nikki's reading. It's like a mirror out into what you put out into the universe. I don't think you have the gift of telepathy this week, but or at least just the focus of it. But it's all about your internal world. And you are a Scorpio, so Scorpios tend to go into their inner world. Scorpios are actually the underworld. And you know, there's a lot going on. Still waters run deep. Again, the deeper the water, the shinier the soul is, right? Because like still waters run deep. So I feel like that's where you are right now. That's what's going on. Let me see if I can get some advice, because I don't really see an issue with that. I just feel like maybe it might freak you out that it gets super deep and then it gets shallow and then deep. You know what I mean? Like you want it to be shallow sometimes. It ends up going really deep, and then you start easing into it and then it gets deep again and you're like, whoa, what's happening? So I feel like I'm getting like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's like when you're out, it's kind of like, I know what it is. Okay, a great way to explain this would be when you're out in the ocean or you're on the beach and you run up to the wave and you know it's ice cold and you run away from it, and then it catches up to you and you're like, it's so cold. Or you're like, well, actually, it's not that bad. And then you go back in. But it's kind of fun to have the waves chase you, right? So I feel like it's kind of like this like back and forth energy. But I feel like it's really solid and fun. I feel like you're actually having fun with this. And then I pulled the soulmate card with the 2 penguins. This is awesome. This is obviously a love reading. I love it. I feel that, I mean, penguins mate for life. This is definitely a soulmate, true love energy, and I love it. And I think that with you going in your inner world and reflecting, it's okay. It's okay. Just take the process, the ebb and flow. It'll all work out. This is a really beautiful card. I love this. Look at those 2 penguins. And they're surrounded by all the beautiful passion red hearts. I love it. 2 hearts. Who sings that? Because there's also a Jayhawk song. I think it's called 2 Hearts. And I was listening to Jayhawks yesterday. Let me write that down. So let me pull a Ganesh card for you. I say Ganesh, Ganesha, whatever. Potato, potato. I don't think Ganesh really cares. So concentration, okay? So I feel like you're going to find your way out of this chasing fear. Not chasing fear, running from the fear by embracing it and getting into a conscientious state of meditating and sitting with that fear and those deep feelings that you have, and just letting them wash over you and balance out. Because overall, this will balance out, this feeling of, external, internal, external, internal. It'll start to balance out once things unfold and you feel more comfortable. And for you, I'll pull one more card just so I don't leave you totally sitting there in shock. And the compassion. So be compassionate with yourself in this process. Don't be hard on yourself. Kuan Yin, she's awesome. It's all about releasing judgment of yourself and others and sitting in the lotus flower. So what I would do is really just do some meditations, get some meditations for that have lotus flower energy in it. That the one that Alicia, I can't remember how to pronounce it, but the Nam Yang Gong Gong, I don't know what it is. It's a really good chant, but it really just like centers all of your chakras, gets you back into that power and gets you back into that feeling of being spiritual, not being human, you know? So that's what I have for you, Bill. Woo! All right. All right. All right. Okay. So, all right. Did I get everybody? Coolio, yo. All right. I'm going to end with a collective reading with my Magic Sexual Tarot deck. It's Scorpio season, baby. Woohoo! That's what I'm talking about. So I'll pull 3 cards. I'll pull the current situation, the challenge, and the overall energy. See, I knew you guys would want it. It's just different when it's directed to yourself. But Marley was courageous. Marley, thank you. I just didn't know how deep to go. Okay, so for the overall Scorpio season energy for this week. Woohoo! All right. Okay, so we have the 5 of Swords. This is the current energy. Check out that card. So the 5 of Swords is all about feeling defeated, feeling, this just feels to me more of like in this, that's what he said, exactly. I feel like in this deck, it's more about being domineered, because in the regular tarot, it's all about being defeated, okay? So there could be some very intense masculine energy floating around right now for the collective consciousness in the realm of the 18 plus and up. So I feel like, so 2 cards, oh my gosh, it's a lot of sword energy. So I feel like there's a lot of mental, not plotting, but a lot of energy going on this week. I have the 6 of Swords, moving on to better pastures, if you will. So accepting this energy coming in and letting the beautiful garden of love have you surrender to it, and knowing that there's like this beautiful energy and sailing onto smoother waters. You know, it's kind of funny. I feel like my flowers match these cards. Oh my God. Okay. Ooh, and then we have the outcome is the Knight of Wands, where he literally is the most passionate. So there's a lot of passionate energy this week, a lot of creativity, passing any test with flying colors, which is not, I'm just kind of keeping it a little bit more general too, but it's see how he's embracing her and he's like, I got you. We got this. All right. So this is the energy I'm getting this week is you may be feeling a little defeated or deflated, or there might be someone around you who's a little bit more on the domineering side, which might be good to get you out of your shell a little bit, ask you on a date, et cetera, et cetera. The challenge is taking the choice to smooth on or to sail on to smoother pastures and really just go for it and trust that. Interestingly enough, these are progression cards in the tarot. You have the 5 and 6 of Swords. So feeling, you know, defeated, but then moving on to the next step, because it goes from 1 to 10, right? So you've made the next step. So you're making the next step in your relationships this week. I love this. And I mean, the King of Wands, he's like the sexiest of the deck. He's like, listen, how much do I want to get into this? He is like, he's all fire sign, okay? And if you know anything about fire signs, they love their staffs. And their staffs, that's all I'm saying about that. Okay? I'll pull an overall energy card. And, gosh, thank God this is a reading for me too. Woo! Oh my gosh. Okay. So then we have the This is in a different language. That's why it's taking me a minute. I'm like, what does that say in German? This is the, my gosh. This is the Page of Cups. Okay, so there's a message coming in, an apology or a message of love. And you see this guy, he's like writing this message. And these people are out here in the garden dancing. There might be some jealousy going on, some spying, you know. So, you know, you have this beautiful, loving energy with the King of Wands. Who wouldn't want to be looking in on that? You know what I'm saying? But I feel like just be wary of people maybe like, I don't know, spying on social media. But I also feel like this is also an apology or a message of love coming in, a message of passion and emotion. And look at this guy. He has a shirt unbuttoned. He's like, yep, I'm ready to give this message full force. So that's what I have for the collective this week. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. You know, yeah. Cool. I had an awesome night tonight. I really hope that you guys did. And they do. All these, you should see some of these cards. I'm like, man. And that's why I'm showing you the cards and I don't say all the messages because, like, you know, it's YouTube. But anyway, I had such a fun night. Yes, Scorpio season. Yeah, I can definitely do a yes or no for the collective. Good idea, Marley. Okay. I'll do 3. I'll do 1, 2, 3. So you guys can decide if you want, you know, you want to ask a question. So for the first question is yes or no. So anything that you have on your mind for the collective. All right, we'll do it. Hold on. I'm just tuning into this awesome amethyst. It's like a lemon amethyst. It's really, really beautiful. Look at that. So just tuning into it. Okay. So yes or no for everybody. The first one is, all right, yes or no? 100% yes. With no doubt. All right. Think of question number 2. Numero 2. All right. Nope. 9. All right. And number 3. Yes or no for the collective? It's a soft yes. It was hesitant, like, I don't know. And then it went to, yeah, I guess so. So mediocre yes. So there you have it. Oh my gosh, how fun tonight. I had so much fun with you guys tonight. I hope it was fun for you. Absorbed it all in. Stay in your authentic selves this week. Really pay attention to letting your freak flag fly. Awesome. I'm so glad you enjoyed it, Marley. It's so awesome. So much fun. I love it. I love it. And yeah, and I hope everything manifests this week for us that we all want. And I hope that the yes or no questions asked or work for you. You can always come back. And that's like we're like at an hour and 55 minutes. So if you like scrub through the video to like an hour and 48 minutes, that's when the yes or no questions will start. Typically I'd go back in and do the timestamps, but you guys, it takes so long to do that because I have to rewatch the entire video. So I'll try to, but I can't promise it. Actually, what I'll do is I'll be like this. I'll put it in the chat. Yes. Whoops. No questions I'll say like 1:45 There. What is happening? Okay, there we go. Boom. All right, you guys, have an awesome night. I'm so happy. Oh, good. I love that you love happy hour. And I'm so glad Alicia told me, she mentioned it last week she's like, oh, it's like a happy hour. I'm like, as soon as she said that, I saw the end result. I finally saw it. And that's when I'm like, oh my gosh, Mars is going direct, because now I'm seeing the path and now I see it clear. And I'm like, spiritual happy hour, spiritual happy hour, spiritual happy hour. Super cool. Awesome. I am so happy you all came by tonight and spent this time with me. I love the High Vibe Tribe. You guys totally rock. And I hope you have an awesome week. And definitely see you next Monday. I'm going to probably start doing some pop-ups here and there. So make sure that you have the subscription, not the subscription, but like the little bell on. If you the notifications, if it's not already on, that tells you when I'm going live. Because I probably won't even be doing a lot of social media building up to it. I'll just be like going back online, probably more so during the day, just to kind of see who else is out there. So awesome. I'm happy you guys look for this happy hour every week. I do too. It totally stokes me up. You guys, I know I've said it before, but I'm so happy and appreciative that we have all come together, because really this is like becoming such a fun thing and meaningful too, because I have friendships with all of you and it's so cool and it just means so much. So I love that you're here, and obviously if you have any suggestions or whatever, or topics you want to cover next week, just shoot me an email or a text or whatever, and I'll definitely have a good topic for you next week and a good story. And other than that, I hope you all have an awesome, blessed, loving week. All right. I love you all, and I will talk to you soon. All right. Have a good night. Bye.